He's fought in the UFC, now he's fighting for the first ever Beatdown Promotions welterweight title, March 14th, taking on Jack James. We got him here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event. Live from HBF Stadium Festival Hall. Melbourne Pavilion. Not even backstage, we're literally outside. Was that the best fight card in Australian MMA history?
Call me crazy, but make sure you call me when I'm right.
Be good if the Aussie MMA Instagram page would give us a bit of glow up because...
Welcome to the Australian MMA podcast. My name is Mitch Tinley and today's guest is Mike Mathetha. Blood Diamond. It's Blood Diamond. Everyone knows Blood Diamond. He's taking on Jack James, who is one of the best welterweights in the country. March 14th, Beatdown Promotions at 10 in Brisbane. It's the first ever Beatdown Promotions title being on the line. And Blood Diamond is a very, very accomplished kickboxer. Don't let his MMA record fool you. I think he's currently only 3-4, but he started his career at 3-0 and was straight into the UFC. He's unfortunately went on a 4-fight skid, but he's a very dangerous striker and just accomplished combat sports athlete. He trains out of the acclaimed City Kickboxing. He's a very close relationship with UFC legend Israel Adesanya. Now we talk about the public critiques, because he is probably one of the most hated men, despite not deserving it even in the slightest. In terms of, he's not outspoken, he doesn't talk shit. People just really critique, I guess, his journey to the UFC, and that's, up to you. But Blood Diamond has been critiqued for, getting into the UFC because of his friendship with Israel Adesanya and all that sort of stuff. So we ask him about that. Some tough questions and some nice answers from Blood Diamond. He talks about how he got the name. He's just a really great guy. I tell you what, if you probably wouldn't have heard Blood Diamond speak much, as he kind of shies away from the media a little bit. But look, he's got a big fight at Beatdown Promotions coming up, and he's just a great guy. He's got a great humbling story of moving from Africa, dealing with bullying, and just sort of finding his way in combat sports. So look, it's a really nice chat. I really appreciate him taking the time, and he gives us a bit of insight too into Israel Adesanya and what he's really like. So it's a really nice chat. Guys, before we dive into that and hear from our friends at Vex, make sure you hit up combatsportsinsurance.au, our new partner. You can kind of go there to get your insurance policies handled, looked after by experts in the field, not some egghead in a chair. You got people who understand the sport and combat sports game. Head to combatsports.au to find out more. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear from our friends at Vex. And on the other side, the man taking on Jack James at Beatdown Promotions at 10 for the inaugural welterweight championship, March 14th. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Blood Diamond.
Vex MMA has officially teamed up with PRP Global, and their brand new website is now live. Head over to Vex MMA to check out their latest gear, perfect for fighters and fans alike. Whether you're stepping into the cage or just repping the lifestyle, Vex MMA has you covered.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining me on the show is none other than the legend himself, Blood Diamond. Welcome.
Hey, son, man. I don't know about this legend bit, Bobby. Hey.
Do you prefer, everyone calls you Blood Diamond. I think even in fight posters, you're Blood Diamond. Would you like just Mike sometimes?
Nah, just stuck to Blood Diamond. Just so used to it. It just becomes something else. You don't call Superman Clark, would you?
That's a good point. And or is it like Mike when you're just a regular dude, but when you're in fight mode, it's Blood Diamond?
Yeah, to be honest, it just became a name that everyone calls, so I'm like, I'll stick to that. Like it's come to the point when some people call out my name, I just ignore, because I'm like, yeah, they're definitely not talking to me,
Where'd it come from?
From the coach somehow. Yeah, maybe because he heard about he might have caught word of when I was still in Africa. I used to be a child soldier. I'm playing with you. I'm playing. And I'm like, should I use a child soldier joke again? Yeah. Sure. Time I feel some sort of way about it.
No, that's crazy. That's funny because like straight away I was just like, all right, cool. Let's talk about that. It's like the people love that too. It's like the Francis Ngannou, like the salt mine thing. They're all like every single time they're like, well, he dug in a salt mine, that's how he became a champion.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, everyone's got their own story. Yeah.
It's interesting. Do you like? You obviously a really highly experienced kickboxer and whatnot, but in terms of mixed martial arts, do you wish you sort of started it sooner, or have you enjoyed your mixed martial arts career?
Yeah. Like, if I started learning soon, I wouldn't have enjoyed my moments in kickboxing. So, you know what, everything happens for a good reason. So I'm not complaining. I'm here now, so that's what's important.
And what got you into combat sports in general?
I think the usual, getting picked on. Yeah, and just didn't have confidence in myself. Uh, yeah, getting picked on and not having confidence. At one, like, there's just a time in a person's life. Well, in a man's life, you just gotta be like, nah, it's enough. You know, gotta do something about it. Gotta make a change. So yeah, I'm like, okay. And then as a kid, I was into martial arts, you know, growing up watching Jackie Chan, Van Damme, and all those guys. And I just had the passion for it, but never got the opportunity until I'm, yeah, until I moved, because when I was in Africa, there weren't many opportunities to start these things, you know. And then you move to New Zealand. I was in a small city and didn't hear much about it until I moved to the big city in Auckland. And yeah,
What age were you?
I started at 21.
It feels so late these days. So to have done what you've done in such a sort of short period of time, was it ever a dream when you were a kid to like maybe be a martial arts fighter or?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel bad for a lot of people. Like, I feel bad for people who hate on me because of where I'm at. Like, all of this, it wasn't like, oh man, when I grow up, I'm gonna be this, that. It was just, I just wanted to live my life. The only thing I knew I wanted to do a lot was travel, and that's what fighting got me. I I really didn't have much direction in life until I started training, and then I'm like, oh man, I actually enjoy this. You know, I've tried a lot of sports. You try, you give up on it, but fighting was something different. And I guess, yeah, giving me that power and confidence and holding that strength. You know, being a quiet kid who just minded his own business and just getting picked on, it was just, you just learn to be quiet and just, yeah, just let it blow over. And then just like, oh man, I want to fight these people, you know, I want to stand up for myself. And then I'm like, oh, I can do that. And then I could see how I loved what I was doing. You know, I enjoyed it. So yeah, it just kept on growing. Like, even like my transition to MMA, it was that thing of, at one point, my coach is just like, yo, man, if you, there weren't much kickboxing fights happening at that time. And then he just went to me, you know what, if you are doing MMA, you'll be having heaps of fights about now. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Let me start now then. Then yeah, it just kept on going. Yeah, a few years later, I'm in the UFC. I'm like, this is what we used to watch, you know. This way to watch on TV. We didn't get like the results we wanted, but yeah, oh, I love. Hate me if you want. I've lived someone's dream, and I loved it. So yeah,
Exactly. And it's like, why do you think? Because you're not an outspoken guy, you don't talk shit, you don't call anyone out. Yet for some reason, so many people want to like discredit what you've done and your career. Like, why do you think that is?
I really don't know, and again, I don't really care, because at the end of the day, I'm living my best life. You know, I get to travel. I get I get to meet all these cool people. I get to do like do the things I love doing. So yeah, I'm not really bothered. I don't really care about what's bothering them.
Do you bite at all when they sort of say things? Do you ever feel like, oh no, I want to say something back?
Nah, not at all. Because they really don't matter. Like I said, I get to meet cool people. I get to do something I love doing. Most of those people are just people who hate their lives and they just want to see the world burn. And I'm like, cool, yeah, sweet. Feel the way you want to feel. I'm out here enjoying life. You actually, this is the funny thing is, at the end of the day, they know who I am. And nobody knows who they are. Like, yeah, I think I'm winning in life there.
I mean, everyone that is critiqued, they put it down to this, like, somehow, like, Israel Adesanya said, you must let him in or I won't fight. Like, did you hear how everyone assumed you got in the UFC?
Okay, even if it is even if that was the way that happened, so what? Yeah. So what? And what? Like,
Did it happen like that?
yeah, like I got to be in the UFC, but again, they can say whatever they want. They can discredit me as much as they want, but again, I work so hard to get to where I am, you know. And again, I haven't stopped. I'm still here. I'm still going. Just because, yeah, my journey to UFC came and went, but it's not the end. Fighting is my passion. That's what I enjoy. That's what gives me joy, peace, laughter. It's given me the family I have at CKB. So yeah, I'm still here and I'm still enjoying it. I'm happy. I'm good. They can be salty or whatever. Maybe they were all excited. Oh yeah, you finally got cut. Cool. And then what? That's it. I'm still here. Okay, I'm living my best life.
Do you think kind of getting picked on as a kid helped you for this?
Uh, to be honest, like I try to repress a lot of all those things. It's not pleasant, you know. So like, yeah, I'm slowly dealing with it now. I'm grown, doing therapy and all that. But the way I looked at it is, again, at the end of the day, I'm doing what I enjoy. I mainly put it back on me, and like the focus being on me. You know, I'm living my life. I came into this world alone. I'm most likely gonna leave by myself. And at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, when the question's been asked, did you live your life? I wanna be able to say yes. So yeah. Who cares what everyone wants to say? I'm enjoying life, man.
How bad was the bullying and stuff as a kid?
You know, like as a kid, you find coping mechanisms, you know, and one of mine were, it could be worse, you know. Yeah, whatever they did, like people just abusing, racial abuse, that it sucks. I think a lot of especially moving to New Zealand, I was getting picked on because I was different. And it's just like, and I'm doing all I can to just fit in, you know, trying to look like everyone, just trying to fit in. Then you get to a point in life where you're just like, you know what, I'm different. Cool, it is what it is. And like, I've embraced my difference. You can see it in the way I fight. It's just its own style. So yeah. Uh, it may have been tough, but now I look back at it, I'm like, oh, cool. Like I've grown a lot from there.
What age? So did you come to New Zealand at 21 or start fighting at 21?
I started fighting at 21. I came to New Zealand when I was, I think, 13.
Wow. What brought you over?
I had a better lifestyle. Yeah, because I'm from Zimbabwe, and like, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful place, you know. When things are good, things are good. But there was a time when things were real bad, you know, and my dad decided to move his family, and managed to get here, I was I say I feel lucky. I never dealt with situations like, I don't know if you've heard of Temba Gorimbo.
Yeah.
He's a UFC fighter from Zimbabwe who's in the UFC. And he went through the whole Blood Diamond mining and all that. And like I met him, I'm just like, yo, man, sorry, like I heard your story. That's pretty tough. And yeah, like we chat about it, and I empathize with it, And I'm like, I was back here. Yeah, moved to New Zealand, and yeah. But
Do you have any family still back there?
yes, my biological mother is still there. And to be honest, like one of my biggest whys to why I'm doing what I'm doing is to get her to move to New Zealand. Like the sacrifices she made sacrifices for me. Like she could have been like, oh nah, my son needs to stay, but she let me go, and Blood Diamond was created. She's been always supportive from afar. So the first thing, like basically when I got into the UFC, I'm like, yo, you know what? The goal is win a couple of a few fights, a few bonuses, and yeah, I get her to move to New Zealand. But well, that didn't happen. But the goal is still the same. So yeah.
Why didn't she come over to begin with?
Oh, yeah, that's another story. Yeah, it's just one of those, like, again, it was tough, like being overseas and your mom's not around. So yeah. Oh, yeah, a few tough times, but you just gotta find, like, again, look at the bright side. I'm still alive. My mom made the sacrifice. Let me not waste this opportunity. All those kind of things. Yeah, but I'm a human being. I love my mom, so yeah, I think of her, and it breaks my heart, like knowing that she's living the way she is right now. And I'm like, don't get me wrong, I'm not living comfortable and all, but compared to her, I'm like, okay, it's time to work. It's time for mom to come over, to live a better life.
Well, does that mean at some stage, do you ever think about maybe putting the fighting away and getting a job as an accountant or like something like that to sort of help bring her over? Like, is that in the plan, or what's your thoughts?
The reality is, yes, the time is gonna come. I have to hang my gloves. Like, there's something my good friend said to me. Israel, he said, leave the game before he leaves you. And yeah, it's something I've always remembered and kept close. I'm like, you know what? Cool. I don't want to end up being that guy who's now becoming like a gatekeeper, or like oh, he was in the UFC, this name, you fight him, yada yada. Nah. Right now I'm just like, okay, cool. Let's work. Enjoy it as much as I can. I don't have now a lot of that pressure. So I'm like, right now, I'm just enjoying it. We'll see how it goes. Like, yeah, every fighter always says, oh yeah, this camp has been good, yada yada. Yeah, I'm not gonna, like, I'll say the same thing. Yeah, it was a good camp and all. But the difference is my mental state is in a good place. Life happens. I try to ignore certain things before my last fight. And yeah, I'm not saying that's the reason I lost the fight or anything, but yeah, this time around, I've got, like, it was more, well, what can I say? I was more focused as well. And yeah, it been a lot more, like, things which are giving me that drive. And like you said, like you asking, am I gonna retire and be an accountant? No. I don't think I can work in an office. At this present, I don't think I can work for anyone because uh, I've gone out and like something pisses me off. I'm afraid I might punch my boss. You know, I don't. It's not gonna be a good look. So what I did, I started a business, um, a meal prep company.
Something like
Yeah.
that.
So yeah, I thought to myself, well, fighting is gonna come to an end. What can I do? I'm not gonna be able to work in an office because, like I said, I'm married. Be I'm a colleague or my boss or something. So let me start my own business. So I started a meal prep company called Timecodes Meals. And it's basically African cuisine. The way I've structured this thing is because I've been working with a fight dietitian, and yeah, the food he was helping me to prepare for my UFC fight was like the way it was set up. I'm like, wow, it didn't feel like I was cutting. So all I had to do was implement the same kind of things, but put African flavor into it, and yeah,
But
that's it. And then it came with Tambrai Mills, Taste of the Motherland, and yeah, it's been good. It's keeping me busy, keeping me out of the clubs and all that. Like I'm always working, I'm cooking every weekend, and yeah, it's keeping me very busy. Uh, yeah, and like I said, good healthy meals, but with flavor. You honestly don't feel like you're dieting. So with this camp, yeah, that's what I've been eating, and yeah, weight's been been going good.
is that something that you kind of would want to do when your fighting career is over? Is still be involved in the fight game through like meal preparation?
Oh, yeah. I another thing I've realized as a fighter, you cannot get away from it. How many fighters have you heard of, oh, I'm retired. Oh, I'm coming back. You can't get away from it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stay close to it. Provide food and all. I'm not a dietitian or nothing, but just get your dietitian to talk to me and I'll sort out something, whip up something, and yeah, and help out some fighters. Then I'm hoping this business uh, will get to a certain point where I'm able to actually sponsor fighters because as a fighter myself, I know what it's like. You know, yeah, It's sad to see good fighters struggling to make weight because they're not eating right. So yeah, that's the goal. Build this business up, and yeah.
Then do you have even more pressure to make weight now because it promotes your brand?
This is one thing I always make weight. I always make weight. I've always made sure of that. It doesn't put pressure on me. It, if anything, it makes everything easier because I'm like, yeah, we've got the food, we're sorted, and yeah, the results are right there. So yeah, when y'all see me on the scale, be like, oh damn, and I'm like, yeah, fueled by Tambrai Mills. Let's
And
put
he
that.
ate good. He ate good doing it. He had a good time doing it. Well,
That's it.
can you talk about then? I mean, you mentioned him earlier. Can you talk about like your friendship with Israel Adesanya and kind of what that has meant for you throughout your career?
Oh man, here's a brother right there. Like, yeah, now been through, we've been through it all. From honestly, like the first time I saw him, it was at a random show, right? And I was just like, I was watching, right? And I'm like, oh, black guy, another black guy, cool, oh, sweet. And in my head, because at that point I was pretty big, I'm looking like, nah, I won't be fighting him, so we might be friends. I'm heavier than him. Back then I was. And then the following year, I see him at our gym. I'm like, yo, I remember saying, yeah, what's up? And then, yeah, we just connected like from, yo, what's up, bro? And beating the shit out of each other, living together, travel together, fighting on the same shows, went to China, lived in China, to actually, it's crazy because I remember when we were in China, right? we're just having this yarn. I'm like, you know how you always have that line with your friends, because he always told me how much he was going to be in the UFC NBA champ, and I'm just like, you know what, bro? Don't forget these moments that just save me a ticket one day. And it's just like, bro, I won't need to save you a ticket because you're gonna be there. And at that point, I'm just like, I'm only doing kickboxing. I'm like, you reckon? He says, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. Then yeah, to being in the UFC, my debut, being on the same show as him, I was just like, oh damn, it was written, and yeah, so now till today, like no matter what, if I need anything, he's always telling me, just holler. I'm like, yo, and yeah, like yeah, we've been there for each other from the get go. Yeah.
Is it hard with him that you don't, obviously he's your friend and really, really, really close, but everyone always wants something from him. So is it hard sometimes to kind of, you want to make sure that you keep reminding him that you are just his friend, you don't want his fame, you don't want his money? Because I'm sure there's a lot of people around him that are like quote unquote leeches, yeah?
Yeah. To be honest, he knows what kind of person I am. He definitely knows I'm not out there for the fake money. Because I am, yeah. I like, I love the sport and all. And it's cool. I really don't like the attention. I don't like, I just like hiding away in my own corner. You don't really see or hear too much about me because I'm in my own lane. And yeah, so he definitely knows I'm not out here trying to get clout on that thing. And yeah, like it's an unwritten like thing. Like yeah, like I said, he's a brother to me, and yeah, so.
I always like bringing this up as well because he cops a lot of shit, and it's very undeserved a lot of the times. But you can probably attest to this, just how much he puts his hand in his own pocket to make sure guys fly over and get to share in his life.
Oh no, you know what? Yeah. At the end of the day, he is living his life. Okay, he's living his life the way he wants to live it. Let him be. Like if he wanted to get him a car, he got him a car. That's him. Like it's not like he worked hard to get what he got. So, like, yeah, fair enough. But now he always looks out for everyone. There's so many things he does behind closed doors we don't know about. Like there's some things I don't even know about until he said, "Oh yeah, no, I helped out with that." I'm like, "Oh, damn," Yeah, he's out here helping out. He obviously doesn't say, "Yo, guess what I did? I've done this, I've done that," but he's doing things. He's not here out here for himself. He's here for his people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, mate, going back to you, this matchup with Jack James, Beatdown 10, are you excited for it? Have you seen much of Jack James? Kind of what can we expect?
I'm not gonna lie, I've always been one of those people who, like, I try not to get too excited. I don't want to, like, jump the gun kind of thing. I'm just, like, focused. But you know what I told myself this time around? Enjoy it. Like, yo, you work hard, so yeah, get excited, get hyped. So I'm like, yeah, all right, cool, let's do this, and again, I don't pay attention to my opponents too much because the way I see the like things I'm looking at, I'm just biased. So I'm like, I might see something. Oh yeah, nah, this is what he does. This is what I does. And then when I fight these people, I did not see that. So if anything, I just tell my coach, yo, you do what you need to do. Like, you're the coach. You've got an eye for these things. Just let me know what I need to do. And yeah, it's just one of those things. I'm taking each moment as it comes. It's been doing good. I know he fought one of my teammates, Adam, and yeah, it's again like every fight, no matter what, is no one's gonna give me an easy fight. So yeah.
No, it's interesting. Mate. Well, before I let you go, I will sort of let you finish with this. After it's all said and done, how does Blood Diamond want to be remembered in mixed martial arts?
Whatever way you want to remember me, to be honest. Like, if y'all thought I was cool, yeah, this guy was cool. If you think I was a legend, cool. That's your opinion. I just, if anything, I'm more focused on how I'm gonna feel, and like at the end of the day, I want my cup to be filled. I want to say, when it's all said and done, I did what I wanted to do, and I'm happy. And yeah, that's really it. I really don't. I'm not gonna lie. I really don't care what people think. You know, I'm gonna stay in my lane and enjoy myself. And yeah, like I said, my biggest goal is try to get my mom over here. And yeah,
Love it, mate.
that's my goal.
Well, it was an honor to actually have a chat and sit down, because I've only ever known the name. To actually get to be able to have a chat, and obviously, hopefully, people have gotten to know you a little bit better. And you're exactly as I was told. You're just selfless. You just keep going with the flow. So,
Oh, good. And I appreciate it. Thanks for your time, man. This is pretty cool.
anytime, legend. Chat soon, and best of luck on the weekend.
Thank you. Ciao.